welcome to another episode of Tech Adept Crafts. It's been a little while, but that's because we've just wrapped up Clash of the Titans. More on that one next week. I've got a full video wrapping up Clash. Today we're here to talk about Custom Miniature Maker. Now, Simon at Custom Miniature Maker and the guys at Fort Mini have a Kickstarter coming out tomorrow, or actually coming out today, which is called Infernal Descent. What does it involve? It involves a whole stack of D&D style terrain that you can use for some dungeon bash, or some if you have some campaign play that could go into some mines or into cave systems. This would be a great one for you to check out. So let's have a look at what we've got. This little altar here is a wonderful little diorama piece. I mean, this is almost screaming to be made into a full diorama. There are two different types of flaming sconces, or a hanging sconce that doesn't have a flame in it. And they can be removed. You've got your chain going around, and on the top you've got a book, you've got a goblet, you've got a little hole that you can insert either a little plinth with an arrow on it, so it could actually point to things, or there are actually little circles where you can insert a sword. Now, it might have been because of the spray that I've used, or the paint, but now that I have actually painted them, that's not quite fitting properly. I didn't really get to the sanding part of that as much as I would normally do, so that should fit into there, and you can have it so that the sword actually sits in the hole. This is not a great demonstration for that, but it does go in there. Before I painted, it did go in. Anyway, those little swords, these are very cool. These swords also fit into the flames. There's a little flame miniature that you can do, and so you can actually have the flame with sword sitting in it. I don't know if you want to put that on the altar or just have it separately. So that's the altar. That one is exceedingly cool. I love that piece. What else is there? There are also the tombs. Now these tombs, there are two different tombs, but there's actually 5 different tops that you could use. So these little tomb lids, there's 5 different types with a range of different images that are drawn onto these, and they're very, very cool. Whoever has drawn these, if it was Simon or if it was the people at Fort Minis, absolutely beautiful artworks there. Love that. But the inside is really lending itself to D&D quite well. You've got one that has the old secret passage stairway. That's very cool. You can have a set of 3 levers that are all in different positions. One forward, one middle, one back. So you can set those up. They fit inside those tombs. So the other inserts that you can have here, there are 2 skeleton sets. One is a king, and he's got his armor and his sword and a little bit of gold coin at the bottom. You can tell he's a king, he's got a crown. And the other is just a plain skeleton. I don't know about you, but a dungeon where you can actually go and open a sarcophagus and find a skeleton, that is screaming adventure right there. You can defeat the skeletons if they come to life, or you can loot the corpses, find yourself a cool weapon, or get some coins. Or you could open up and find that it's actually a descending stairway. That's very cool. I am not entirely sure if these are actually in the Kickstarter or if it was a separate thing that they did, but they could be there, and if not, they are part of Simon's Freefall Friday, or I think it's now called Freefall Monday. But some stalagmites. So these stalagmites, they're really very cool. Very easy to paint up. I did these in a very short space of time, and there's a number of different ones. I think these two are actually the same. I've printed back mirror image, but a number of different views. This one, I have not actually tried this out yet, but I'm very keen to, and I'm going to do it here. This one prints with a hole in each of these to put a tea light. Now, as it's been pretty busy the past couple of weeks, I have not had time to go and buy tea lights, but I grabbed my little LED light that Kayla made for me for Ender's Watch. Let's have a look here. Now that's cool. That's cool. I don't know if you can see that so well. I'll hold it still. But yeah, that's in one. That's in the other. So you can have this little stalagmite pool with a light underneath, and it's that is very cool. That is very cool. Love that idea. Having the light shining through, like as if the water is sort of luminescent. That's beautiful. Now, how did I do that? Print it in clear resin. For spraying it, I just used blue tack, and I have I've covered over all of the pool part, and then just sprayed it as normal. So that might be a completely different set. Some of the other things that Simon does, Custom Miniature Maker for their last Kickstarter had a full lava board. Now I have not printed out much of it. There are these little things here, which I had a full set of resin cast ones that I did, and they are somewhere up in the club storeroom. I really don't know. These are some FDM prints that I did, and I did them on an old printer. So they weren't the best quality. A bit of layer line showing there, a bit of juddering, but you can still get the idea. These little lava pools, and I painted these up this afternoon. Fantastic little scenery just to throw into a dungeon as you're exploring. You come along, you find a little lava pool. Great. What's that going to lead to? You could have an adventure where you've got to try to navigate your way through this burning hot room, and the floor is unstable. Hey, you could fall in. Interesting. Very Indiana Jones. Also, in their lava selection, these are the only two big pieces that I have printed, which you will notice from this. This is half of one of the large lava pieces that they designed, and that is very cool. I believe this is the altar. So there's a circular altar that actually sits on the top of this. It is beautiful. I did not get a chance to finish printing the other ones because it is like a bit over a day for each one of these, and I've had to be printing ready for Clash, and this was just one piece that I thought I did not want to rush it and get it done for Clash. So next year there'll be a full lava board there. That'll be fantastic. Some of the other things that someone has done, just to give you an idea of what sort of quality you can expect in this campaign. This is part of his Freefall Friday. These are some of the little standing stones. Very simple, very cute, and love the iconography on it. I painted them up with a bit of a green glow in them, and they really didn't take very long. That's a great little one to have on the board. This was a lot of fun. This portal, sort of a demonic portal, and there's a stairway going up, which you can set up either going straight, or you could have it going sideways. Either way, but a nice little platform to go up, and there is your hellscape platform. I haven't really done a lot of work to this. This is just painted very quickly, and that's very cool. Some of the other things, these, again, I haven't gotten... I'm making lots of excuses as to not having gotten a lot painted. I mean, most of my regular time is taken up painting stuff for Patreon, which I'll talk about in a moment. And so the work by Ian Lovecraft. The past few weeks, even that has taken a back seat for Clash of the Titans, which has been a mammoth effort. Speaking of mammoths, Simon has one of those in the Freefall Friday. Okay, so these three little stalagmites came along with a beholder who has his own even scenic base. It's very cool. Love this. Can't wait to actually get him painted up. But this beholder, that's really cool. Yeah, really want to get that one done. Was not going to rush that for this video. Gotta love a few good columns. These can be massive. Line of sight, blocking. They can take up a nice big portion of the battlefield. There are 4 of them. The 4th one is the complete column. These are the ruined ones. And unfortunately, when I went to school today to try and find them in amongst all of the terrain from Clash, I really just could not find the last piece. And I searched 60 odd terrain tubs to try to find these ones. Anyway, the columns, very easy to paint. This is what I love. If you find terrain that is good, it is interesting but easy to paint, that's a win. That's a win. These are very interesting and very easy to paint. Columns, almost any sort of battlefield for 40k, for fantasy, for Malifaux, maybe. Probably even Batman. You could actually have this the halls of the Justice League. Maybe, I don't know. Star Wars Legion. Yeah, you could have these as part of the old underhive of Coruscant. Who knows? Lots of different variety there. That's a really cool piece to include. Last thing that I have here to show of some of his old work. I couldn't find the yellow ones that I'd already printed. Already painted. But today I've done up some highlighting of these the green crystals that I was going to do, and the last set is these purple ones, which I haven't yet done the highlighting for. But they are really interesting. No, I don't think any 2 crystals are the same. They've got different heights for the points, different widths. That's a very interesting piece of scenery. So I really do like that. This one is FDM printed, this one is resin printed, and when they're done, you can hardly tell. If you would like to back this Kickstarter, it is called the Infernal Descent. You'll find it over on Kickstarter, and above me here right now you'll find the address. I will also put the link in the description. Yeah, so the Kickstarter will launch today. www.kickstarter.com/projects/CUMM/The Infernal Descent. That is the Infernal Descent, or as I've said, find the link in the description below. That is pretty much it for today. The next episode will be the Clash of the Titans review, and then we'll be back to painting up some scenery by Ian Lovecraft, the designer that I usually work with. This was something fun that Simon asked me to give a review of this Kickstarter coming out. Very happy to, because I've had a lot of fun painting up his works in the past, and to paint up this D&D scenery, that was so much fun. It was a really cool little project. So go check him out. It will be running for a couple of weeks, but go support Custom Miniature Maker and Fort Minis with their Kickstarter for Infernal Descent. Don't forget, TAC is also over on Patreon. You can come and support me there, and every month we have a model by Ian Lovecraft that is available to the members of TAC, but the patrons at the Full Tackle also get to come and join me for a live stream each month, and that's a lot of fun. We paint up a whole stack of different things, and it's usually up to the patrons as to what I paint or build. Come and check us out. And until next time, keep hobbying.